It's such a shame that we have so much lost creativity in this world. And when I say lost creativity, I don't mean people that don't have creativity, because I think many people have a lot of creativity. I think they lose the ability to use and develop their creativity. Let's talk about why and what we can do to overcome it. Too many times, a lot of us get stuck in the normal paths that life catches us in. You know, we sign up for a credit card early, we buy a car with a big loan early, we sign into a mortgage early in our life. You know, you're 21, 22, and you have yet to really live your life, and then you get stuck under all these obligations and you know, just weight and pressure, and maybe you started a family too soon. I think we all do some of that. And the problem with that, with a creative or a person that has a very, creative desire that needs to be used and tapped into in order to keep their sanity, like myself, it's a wonderful outlet. But what happens is you get handcuffed to whatever circumstances it is that you have going on. I think most of us can relate to that transitional phase from when you're getting out of high school to when you're going into real life, whether it's college or you're getting a job. Whatever you're doing, you're entering the arena of possible responsibility. And it's up to you how much responsibility you take on. A lot of us fall into the trap of having kids, jobs. A lot of us lose our potential to develop our creativity to its full potential, its peak, because we get tied down with so many other things. And sometimes later in life you start realizing what you've missed, and then you start developing it. But imagine if you had been able to start developing it from a young age, 16, 17, 18. Imagine how much further you could be. What skills should you develop? Well, that's a tough question because everyone's different. And sometimes you know what you're gonna be good at, back in high school. Some people stay super focused in high school and right on through college and become, incredibly productive. Some people, like myself, kind of fall off, and you don't get focused until later. And that's why I'm suggesting to you, you need to explore all kinds of different topics. I had no clue I would enjoy photography and videography until I just picked up the camera and started having fun with it. I had done a little bit, when I was younger, but never found any passion in it. I never took any art classes or creative classes that I wasn't required to in high school. It was more about trying to have fun, and for that reason, it took a little longer. So after you've trapped yourself into some responsibility, and there's nothing wrong with that, most of us do that, you really have to dedicate time to finding things you may be interested in, and that gets hard to do. You're changing diapers at night, or you're going to class, or you're working 2 jobs, or whatever it is you're doing. It can be very, very hard. And there's one solution: less sleep, more research into yourself and into your interests, and you got to get out there and do stuff. Watch YouTube videos. You have to broaden your mind, your scope of what's available. So how do we get out of being trapped under responsibility and then actually live up to the potential of our creativity? If you're just starting out and you don't have a whole lot of responsibility, then it's just about willpower. It's about making sure instead of going to the bar every night, you're spending 5 nights, 5 days a week improving yourself. And a job right out of high school usually isn't how you improve yourself. You're just learning basic skills and how to work with people. When I say improving yourself, I mean the skills that you have as far as your creativity and trying to unlock your potential. So it's a little easier, although it doesn't seem that way. When you get older and you get trapped under permanent responsibilities, it's a lot harder, and the only way to do it then is to make sure you take every waking second that isn't devoted to something productive and putting it into developing yourself. One of the key things I pick up from traveling is we are so different, and a lot of it is dictated by the area where we live. And so if you don't travel much, you get very, very groomed and conditioned into being the type of person the community you live in represents. And that can be really great, or it can be really bad. And the way to get around that is to travel. You have to travel and find ways to do it so that it's within your budget. You don't have to go to far exotic lands to travel. You just go to the next state beside you or a different county, or just find places you haven't been to, and you're gonna notice people are so different. Not in a good way or a bad way, just different. And that's a good thing, to be able to take that in, experience new cultures, experience the way others treat others in different areas, and experience what they reward as talent and what they reward as success. Every area is different. What's successful and great in New York City is going to be completely different than over in Wisconsin or in California. Every place is different, and the only way you really get the exposure to that is by traveling. You can't get it by the TV. You can't get it by YouTube, because it's just not real enough. You have to be in it. I can't help but wonder sometimes, where the world would be if we didn't get stuck in the pressures of our obligations so early in life. What if we were able to put the kind of focus that we have, at 38, 40, 42, what if we were able to take that focus? Because when you get older, when you get to 38, 40, 42 in those areas, you really do start appreciating the smaller things in life, and I don't know why that is, but that's the case for me anyway. I'm seeing things I didn't used to see when I was younger. I'm seeing beauty I didn't used to see when I was younger. I think part of it comes from making sure I'm taking the time to open my eyes, and it's something you have to train yourself to do. It's not something that comes very naturally. Creativity is such an awesome thing. So many of us have so many different kinds of creativity. Everybody brings something really cool to the table. The problem is it gets suppressed by our responsibilities. What creativity is it that you have that you're not using? What skills and traits do you have that you're not building? And I just encourage you, don't let time be the excuse why you don't develop your skills. Time it's limited. It's very limited, but you need to make time for things that matter. You make time for your kids, you make time for your family, you make time for work, you make time for the things that matter. I'm here to tell you, creativity matters. It's huge. And when people fail to reach their creativity or develop their creativity, the entire world can lose out. So develop your creativity. Develop yourself, your skills, your traits. Get out there and see what it is that makes you passionate. And do it. Don't make excuses. Just do it. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to see you next time.